Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you are. Welcome to a new DC live stream. This is the weekly Bitcoin technical analysis with your host, Matthew Batiri. So, welcome. If you are jumping in live, feel free to ask me any questions in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. But why not just get straight into the charts? Alrighty, so basically for the last, month and a half, Bitcoin was sort of trading in this sideways range, the range getting tighter and tighter till we had a breakout to the upside. Now, since the breakout to the upside, we had a little retracement. Did we come back down to the 618? We probably did, close enough. Okay, so from this rise, explosive rise, we did sort of come back close to the 618. We've now pushed up again to the upside, and we're kind of forming possibly two patterns. So we've got this bull flag right here, and if you don't know what a bull flag is, basically it's where you create a flagpole, you then have some slow down and to the right price action, and then we exit to the upside because that's what a bull flag looks like. So we're forming a bit of a bull flag here, which is obviously bullish. I guess you can say that we kind of had one. Let me just clone this. We kind of had one just here as well. I mean, you can play around with it, but no, it wasn't really a bull flag. Can I move that up? Yeah, it was more like, actually, it was probably a broadening wedge. Probably looks more a bit like a broadening wedge. Like, I don't want to get too technical, but these are just some of the patterns that you can find if you're a pattern trader. So, a descend broadening wedge, that's another one. So if we go a descending broadening wedge, let's remove that. We can see that it's a very bullish pattern. So a descending broadening wedge is a bullish chart pattern, blah blah blah. Shows a reversal. So you can see a few of those. You've seen a couple of those patterns. If we just go to the 1 hour, where you guys probably get a bit more of a understanding and a look into some of these patterns. You can see descending broadening wedge, and now we have a bull flag. So look, right now things are telling me that we should continue. We're probably going to come back down a little bit lower, hit this 618, so between 20,400 and 20,350. But I still think we should have one more leg to the upside at least, because what's going to happen is if we have one more leg to the upside, let's say 21.5. Okay, so 21,500 is probably the next stop, because that is the end result of the bull flag. We also could say, depending on how long we stay in this range, I think we might even form a bit of a ascending triangle. I think we're going to probably do something like this and break out, in a couple of days. So even that is a bullish pattern. A triangle is a bullish pattern. So you just draw a triangle like that. It's an ascending triangle, making it even more bullish. But right now we've got two touches to the upside, two touches to the downside. So like I said, I expect this to possibly occur if we find resistance. Like I said, it ends up being a ascending triangle, which is bullish pattern, but we also have a descending broadening wedge, bullish flag position. So things are kind of looking bullish. On my market cipher, I'm seeing that we are in the green money flow, which is fantastic on the 4 hour. We crossed over into the green money flow on the daily a couple of days ago. If we can remain in the green money flow and not do what we had here, where we just rolled over and had another leg, this could have a little bit of legs. But I think the point that I'm trying to see if I do turn bullish, I will go full bull mode if we close a nice thick daily candle above 25,200. But I certainly will feel a little bit more bullish than what I am if we can break this high, because this is a kind of like a local high. So this will give us a higher high after all these lower lows. But the big higher high would be breaking here, because we're kind of then getting out of this entire bottom structure. If we only get to 23,000, it's not really it's not really a higher high from this sort of this section where we just consolidate for a long time. Because this is the complete consolidation, I really want to see, because if you think about it, This is like sort of the trading box that we're in right now. I know that the ranges seem quite big, like 25,000 and 17,500, but basically you can't make this box go here because this is the high right here. So whenever you're doing sort of your ranges, we now need to see a close above 25,000 for me to feel very bullish, and then we'll obviously go to the next leg up. And you can see here sideways consolidation. When you break the range, then that's where you see the absolute collapse of things. So we're in this range right here for a little period of time. Okay, so we're bouncing around up to the range, bottom of the range, and once we broke that, we just obviously went down. So if we break 25,000 on a daily candle, we're going to see something like this, but in the opposite direction. But right now, like I said, for me, I am short-term bullish because I think these are some continuation patterns, but I can't go back all into the market saying, hey, we've bottomed and now we're going to start the next leg until I see a break above 25,000. Okay, so that's all that you need to know in regards to my bullish case scenario. The bearish case scenario is we still have a couple of resistances above. So let me get rid of this right here. So the resistance that we have locally is going to be the value area high of this range. So we've got 21,775. But if we even just bring this into the lowest week we had, it's very, very similar, 21,744. So 21,744. What was this one again? 21,8. Yeah. So let's put a line here. Let's put a horizontal line, because if we do break out, this is the next level of resistance. You can see it was resistance back here. It's a value area high. But if we do break this, and when we come back, if we come back like we do here, if we find support, that's going to be bullish. But see here, the last time when we broke out of the value area, we came back down, but we had no support and it just absolutely collapsed through. So we need to break 21.8-ish. Then we need to come back and test that as support, like what we sort of did back here. I mean, we did go a fair bit under it, but you can see here was all resistance. Here it was a slight resistance. Look, we created this ascending triangle right here. We broke out, came back, tested as support, and then we moved forward. But this was a bit of a fake out. So I'm expecting us to continue, like I said, next stop 21.8, I believe. And then if we do roll over, we want to see, look, this is the same scenario that I'm just talking about, but it happened more recent. So yesterday, or 2 days ago, whatever it was, this entire sideways range, the value area high is 20,040. Okay, so we broke it, came back down. Let me remove some of these drawings because they're in the way of the price action. Okay, we came back down, tested the value area high as support, and then we continued on up. Now we're coming back down, but I think we're going to hopefully stop soon and then continue moving to the upside. So this line here is exactly like what this line is here for the big picture. So we need to break it, find support, and that will allow us to continue. So this already here is a good indication that we should get some continuation because we got the support from the value area high. But as a bearish, if I was to give a bearish look on a couple of things, the only issue with what we've just created is if we do come down, we might have created a double top, which is a bearish pattern, the opposite to like a double bottom, like what we've created right now. This is double bottom, so that's bullish, right? So we have a double top, which is bearish, but worst case scenario is if we create a lower low below here, on a closing sort of 4-hour candle, that's going to just bring us right back down to at least the point of control. So if we lose $20,000, worst case, you can bet your bottom dollar we're going to be coming back down to 19,143. But right now, like I said, I'm bullish. Money flow is in the green. We're getting some bullish patterns. The only thing that's going to derail us is next FOMC meeting. This meeting is going to create a lot of volatility. So we want to look, okay, so November 1st and 2nd. All right, so basically tomorrow, is the 1st. So that means really it won't be till Wednesday, Wednesday my time. So Wednesday, Australia, we will start seeing volatility in the market. So that would be a night where you'd want to stay up. If you want to catch either a falling knife or you're going to see some price action to the upside. So I think we just kind of form out this pattern. And then from there, we'll either, depending on what Jerome Powell says, does he say we go up in interest rates by 75 basis points? We're probably going to see a drop down. And if we see 50 basis points, we will probably go up. I mean, the stock market has been doing good. The ES, the S&P doing really well. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, I said I bought some Doge live on stream. So there's one of my coins that I'm holding that has doubled since I got back into the market with Doge. Obviously, some good news with Elon helped that. And I didn't have any inside info. I just know that meme coins, especially Doge, always do pretty well. And if Elon has big plans for Doge, then Doge might eventually hit $1 this next bull run, which would be crazy to think that Doge could hit $1. It's just wow. So yeah, guys, that's basically all I have to say in regards to today's technicals. I do think that we should get some continuation. The only thing sort of concerning, like I said, was the double top. The MACD is also overextended, but you can see that a couple of times we've stayed up here quite regularly here. So this is when we had this move from 17.6 to 25. The stochastic stayed in the bullish zone, which is above the 50 percentile. So right here's the bullish zone, and below that is obviously the bearish zone. So we're in the bullish zone. Yes, the moving averages are pointing down, but we could do something like this where we just come down for a couple of days and then we push to the upside, or we come back down and at least test the 50% line for some support. But yeah, look, there's always bearish and bullish indicators. That's why you kind of want to collect your data and then make a inference about where you think the price is going to go. The price is going to go, and where we can see bounces and where we're going to see resistance. So now I know my targets to the upside. I'm probably going to look to short at 21,800. And if we break to the downside, I'll look to buy at 19,200. When the price gets to these points, you need to be watching the charts, because if they blast straight through, then you obviously don't buy. You're going to have some time. If the price is going to stop there, you're going to see some resistance, and you're going to see you're not going to see a clean breakthrough. If you see a clean breakthrough, trust me, you'll see it'll be a big green candle, and you won't even have time to short it, which is a good thing. You don't want to be shorting. And so right now, like I said, my buy zone is, I want to see if we can keep 20K as support. That would be very bullish. I did say in last week's video, if Bitcoin could close the week at above 20K, that would be quite bullish. And BTC has been able to do that, which is fantastic. I just noticed I haven't had any of my banners up. I should be having my little Bitcoin technical analysis. Spicy, hit the Doge. Yes, I hit the Doge. Hit the Doge on the head. All right, guys. So I've given you, like I said, I'm short-term bullish. I think we should get a continuation move to the upside, because usually when you fail to break the value area low, which we did a few times, we tend to then go back. We test the point of control, which we did. We kind of, tethered along the point of control for a little while, and now it just makes sense to at least get to the value area high. So how long it takes us, we could do a fib retracement from here to here, so price could still come back down to like 19.5. Actually, you know what? There you go. This could exactly, this is what could happen. Kind of perfect. So from this low that we had to this present high, if the sell action continues, we have a golden pocket and the point of control at 19,177. So, we could still go down to that price, and I would be bullish, because, yeah, that would be sort of like my last hope, where I'm like, if we break this again, we're just kind of zigzagging. And, Bitcoin, when in the bear market, this is what it normally does. It does a lot of, very slow movements. And this builds a very solid floor, meaning if we pump to the upside, this place will be a very good support, so around 19 to 20K. But if we break down, it's also going to be really tough resistance to break through. So hopefully we can stay above here, because this would be a fantastic floor. This is just going to build more and more confidence in Bitcoin itself in the long run. Institutions will probably be amazed that it's been able to hold its own during this bear market and only going down. Like, what would be the total retracement? I think it was like, what, 60 something percent, or was it 75%? So Bitcoin dropped 73, yeah, 70, about 75%. So from its all-time high, it's down about 75%, which is very similar to what Facebook is. Look at Facebook. So when people say, hey, crypto is volatile, imagine being in Facebook. 75%. Okay. So when people say, oh, why do you not in? Well, if you ask people if they're into crypto and they're like, no, it's too volatile, you could just say, hey, did you see that Facebook also dropped 75%? Exactly the same amount that Bitcoin has dropped. So guess what, people? Bitcoin is becoming more of a stable coin than some of the other tech companies. Interesting. Food for thought. Let's have a look at the drop for Tesla. Like, they say that Bitcoin's, you look at that, 50%. Tesla dropped 50% this bear market. And they say, it's not that far from Bitcoin. So, we are technology is risk on assets, but everyone knows that technology is moving, forward fast. So like electric cars, digital currencies. I think, man, if we hold 20K, Bitcoin is going to be so strong. We might even, I'd love to think that we could surpass, 150,000 next bull run, because even though we didn't go up as high as we thought, I 100%, I was very certain that Bitcoin was going to get over six figures last bull run, but it didn't. I think this is going to just build more confidence. People are like, hey, like, we can at least double, get 100% return on our investment if we just buy here and sell at 40K. We don't even need to go back to all-time highs. But this is going to bring a lot of confidence, and you're going to see more institutional investors come in harder now that they know that the floor, like 20K, was very solid. And if Bitcoin, and that means for all four bull runs now, Bitcoin has retraced to the previous all-time high and kept strong. So imagine, next bull run, like the floor of Bitcoin is going to be here. This is going to be the floor, 70K next bull run. Like, if let's quickly have a look at Bitcoin. Let's go to log. Let me remove these. If you draw a line across the all-time highs of the previous bull runs, let me remove these. There we go. If you draw a horizontal line at the all-time highs, you can see that we kind of come back. Oh, maybe not. I thought we did. Okay, so you can see here we never came back to the previous all-time high. This one, we did come back. We went a little bit lower because this was like a double bull run into a bull run. This one, the all-time high was 1174. We didn't even come down to those, but we came quite low. This time we've gone just a bit below 20K, but imagine if we hold here, that'd be crazy. And then we know at least the floor of the next bull run is going to be the top of this bull run. Like, look at that. Like, this is the only time that we went below the previous all-time high, but this was considered a double bull run. So right here, we never really came back down to this all-time high, even though a lot of people said this was a double. So this is the only time in history where we went below the previous bull market's all-time high. But you can see the floor continuously pushing up. Like, we came nowhere near. Look at this zone. We came nowhere near. In 2018-19, we didn't come back down to these levels. A lot of people thought we would come down to the previous all-time high because we kind of did it here. We didn't really come close here, but the floor is increasing. And now look at that. See, now we're breaking just below the all-time high of 20K, like what we did back here. But this is just exciting. Next bull run, probably won't see a price lower than what we have up here, which is crazy. Like we could go, at least 50K. 50K be an amazing floor. Imagine from 20,000 to 50,000 in the space over 4 years, the floor of Bitcoin. It doesn't matter when you buy, guys, as long as you have diamond hands and hold for at least 4 years, you will get a return on your investment. And year after year, Bitcoin has at least doubled. So it's crazy to think that the next floor could also be around 70K, 50 to 70K. Guys, I've got 7 people watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them before I jet off. But look, if you are just tuning in, I am kind of bullish. I believe that Bitcoin should continue to at least 21.5. So up here, we should see some resistance between 21.5 and 21.8. And if we do break down, because we do have a bearish structure of like this double top, the double top only works if the price comes all the way back down here. So the price needs to come down to 20K, and then we have to make a decision. But what we can see is I've drawn a fib retracement from this low down here at 17,991 to the current price action, and we have a golden pocket at the same price point as the point of control of this entire sideways range for the last 6 weeks that we've been in, which is, I also think, the point of control. Yep, the point of control of the entire sideways range. So I do think that we can come back down here, but still remain bullish. I would prefer that we obviously find support at 20K, because breaking back into this value area is kind of bearish. It's kind of like what we did sort of here. We broke above the value area and then just came back down, and then we stayed in the low range once again. So I don't want the price to come back down here, but we can remain bullish if the price comes down and finds support at 19,187 and 19,057. So here, the golden pocket numbers. So yeah, that is all for my technical analysis. If you want to stay up to date, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications for this page. We do live streams Monday to Friday. We've got educational content on Saturday and Sunday. And feel free to leave me a comment. Did you like the stream? Did you learn anything? Do you have any questions? I'll reply to you if you ask me a question. And yeah, look out for some activity on Wednesday. There'll be a lot of volatility with the FOMC meeting. So make sure, if you are a trader, that's usually between midnight and 4 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, because America, they do things, they don't start their trading day around about 11:30, I think. So all those news have a lot of volatility in the market. And as I said, 0.75 basis point increase, we're probably going to crash. If it's 0.5, people are going to start thinking that the market is recovering. There'll be confidence, money will flood back in, but that FOMC meeting is going to tell us which direction the market is going to go. Alrighty, that is it from me. Is it okay to buy Facebook stocks now? A good question. I bought some. I'm not saying that it's a right time, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. It had a pretty big collapse, didn't it? I think, well, it's Monday, so we have to wait when the stock market reopens tonight to see what happens. But I think I can see a bit of a bullish divergence here. Stochastic RSI on the 4 hours quite low. So we'll probably at least come back up. Maybe, man, we could even go back to about $120 because that's where we had this trend line. We had this trend line for Facebook, as you can see. So we broke the trend line. We have this huge gap that we need to be filling, because gaps fill. So, Facebook could even come back up to the trend line, which is $120. I bought some Facebook at $98.20. So, hey, look, it's down 75%. It's the biggest social media company they own Facebook, they own WhatsApp, they own Instagram. Like, them at 75% discount is like, it's me buying back in 2006. Well, no, lower. 2000. This is 2016 prices. So this is like investing. So what's that for? That's 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I wasn't even doing any investing. 7 years ago, I was 29. I wasn't thinking about stocks, shares, all that type of stuff. So if I now have the opportunity to be able to buy into the largest the largest social media company in the world, like it was 2016, man, I'm going to be buying. Like everyone's too addicted to their phones. Everyone's too addicted to Instagram, all that type of jazz. So yeah, I don't see it going anywhere. So this is a good buying opportunity. Yes, they failed to hit their numbers, their sales report, but who cares? They're going to recover. Every time they pull back, they recover. So I think not financial advice, but I bought some Facebook. How do you buy Facebook stocks? Well, in Australia, I bought there's an app called Sharesies. That's one of them. However, I did a leverage trade on it on plus 500. I was just testing out a few apps. So I'm using plus 500 because Mr. 24 got me into it now. And then there's also Sharesies. My wife uses Sharesies, and I made an account. It's actually really easy. And I kind of like it, to be honest. I haven't deposited any funds yet because I got stuck at, I didn't have my credit card on hand, but I will definitely look at, joining because it's really simple. So Sharesies and plus 500, but plus 500 is leverage trading. So I wouldn't recommend it if you don't have experience trading. So yeah, bought some Meta. I'm also looking at buying into Apple, but looks like it made its recovery and I missed the boat. So yep. I also think Nike is not a bad buy. Nike had a pretty big collapse. I mean, look at that, 54%. Everything's crashing, and then everyone's like, "Oh, crypto, it's so volatile." Too funny. All right, that's it from me, guys. If you want to see more technical analysis, feel free to join me Wednesday afternoons. You can comment your favorite altcoin in the chat. I'll do some free TA on it, and we can see if it's going to moon or it's going to bust. But that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're just joining, feel free to go back, watch the entire live stream. I started at 28 minutes ago. Hopefully you'll learn what's going on in the market with the price of Bitcoin and kind of see shares in it. Yeah, especially noobs like me. We're all noobs, Connor. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. See you tomorrow for the DC live stream. See you Wednesday for the altcoin technical analysis. See you Thursday for Wasim's Money Mindset YouTube, and then Friday DC live stream as well. We've got a really cool event coming up soon. I will have the registration page for you guys either tomorrow or Wednesday. So make sure if you want to learn how to make passive income using 7 techniques and also investments, you're going to be wanting to come to this really cool new webinar that we're going to launch in December. So we've got a month to market, tell you guys about it, help you guys register, and then you guys can see some inside secrets that we've been working on. That's it from me. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.